We're going. We're rolling.
So what exactly do you guys do for Oregon United for Marriage?
My name is Kathy. So we are on the field team for Oregon United for Marriage. So our job is to work with volunteers and really help build a broad base for marriage. And also we're working on the discrimination campaign and building an education around the discrimination piece that's happening here.
And I do the same. I work with volunteers alongside Kathy.
And if you guys can give us like a recap of what's going on in the court system right now with LGBT marriage.
Yeah, so right now the courts are doing, like, oral arguments were heard in a federal court for marriage, and this is gonna, the judge will have an opportunity to rule on if we would marriage or not. Now, and we do have 160,000 signatures collected, so there is the potential of us doing a ballot measure if we don't get a ruling that we like before July 3rd.
And you guys want to talk about exactly what we're doing today, like what we're going to ask them, like what kind of things are we going to give them?
So we're going around to businesses letting them know, first off, that this proposed discrimination measure exists, because businesses definitely have a strong stake in the state being viewed poorly and less business coming to the state. As we saw in Arizona, there was a big movement from both small and large businesses, a coalition that came together to defeat that measure because they knew what it could do to their businesses. And we're doing the same thing. We want to let the businesses know that this is something that is a possibility and what they can do about it. We really want them to show that everybody in the state, businesses, individuals, don't want to see this measure on the ballot. They don't want to see it passed.
All right, thank you guys so much.
There are two major opponents to the pro-same-sex marriage issue in Oregon. Both of these groups refuse to interact with us, so this information is simply what we have gleaned through the magic of the internet. The first one is the National Organization for Marriage. This ban on same-sex marriage in Oregon would go away by itself, as none of the politicians in Oregon had any plans on renewing the ban. However, because the National Organization for Marriage is stepping in to defend the ban in court, we are seeing the predicament that the state is in today. But that is exactly the point of this organization. To quote from them, "Founded in 2007 in response to the growing need for an organized opposition to same-sex marriage in state legislatures, NOM serves as a national resource for marriage-related initiatives at the state and local level." To speak on what exactly their business here is in the Great Northwest, the National Organization for Marriage says specifically on their limited About Us webpage, with a focus on developing new strategies for increased influence in the Northwest and West Coast, where marriage is most under threat. For a person who is so inclined to volunteer and engage the community for this organization, one could expect a donation page on the National Organization for Marriage's website and a link on how to email their congressman. The Oregon Family Council is the local anti-same-sex marriage group. The Oregon Family Council holds to the traditional image of marriage between a man and a woman, and that anything else is bad for American society. Along with these convictions, they make it clear on their webpage that they believe children can only be raised by a man and a woman, not including divorce, and that if these standards are not met, then the children will not be good for American society. Despite repeat efforts to get in contact with Oregon Family Council, they declined. The only volunteering or community outreach they offer is a PayPal account so you can send them money. Both of these groups seem to be curiously aloof political organizations. They claim to promote grassroots teaching, but don't really show that they do, and refuse to answer emails. But they do take credit cards.